All right, Vietnam. Really? Oh, jeez, I'm just getting this shit. I'm getting killed here. Vietnam was a shit show and was a totally stupid war. Villagers were killed and countless others suffered for no reason. And you are an idiot when it comes to politics. Okay, wait a minute. Do you see how this person just jumped? I don't even know what this fucking person's even talking about. Just jumped, like, whatever I said so pissed them off that they just fired off this email like when they were listening to this podcast, I was talking to them. I don't know what you're talking about here, sir or ma'am. And you are an idiot when it comes to politics. Yeah, I've admitted that. Because the second you decide to make a point, you backhand your own fucking point by shitting on the point you just made. Yeah, that's called seeing both sides of the story. And also admitting that you don't have nearly enough information to make it an informed point. The same as you. You haven't made one point here. You're just insulting me. You have no fucking balls. Great point. You're a fence dancer. Great expression. And a complete wishy-washy doofus. I love that you said fucking balls and then also used the word doofus. I can't tell if you're a clean comic or a fucking working the nasty show here. The 60s was a great time in American history for social change. I would have been with the students. Bootlicker. All right, first of all, okay, now I know what you're talking. Did you watch the documentary before you had your fucking little meltdown temper tantrum? All right, you would have been with the students that just walked into town and smashed up a bunch of storefront windows of mom and pop stores? All these innocent people who didn't start the war? You know, Vietnam was a shit show as opposed to what? What's going on now isn't a shit show? A never-ending war with no fucking exit strategy that's bankrupting the country? That's not a shit show? Vietnam was a shit show and a totally stupid war. You just fucking repeated yourself. All right. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to act like you're not as dumb as the way that reads and that I made you very emotional. Listen, I don't care how much I don't agree with what our government is doing at any given point in history. At no point would I ever attack somebody else's storefront. You know, even if the person disagreed with me and had a sign in there saying, I support the exact opposite of what you do, I wouldn't throw a brick through their fucking window. Because it doesn't prove anything. It doesn't do anything. I'm causing them harm. And all I'm doing is just creating a bigger distance between me and this other person that I want to hear and understand my opinion. All right? Is that wishy-washy to you? What are you, a real man? Because you just went on this little fucking temper tantrum? You're acting like a fucking 5-year-old. Which I also do all the fucking time. Does that make me wishy-washy because I owned up to that I actually do what the fuck you do too? Or does it make you maybe sit for half a second and think like, oh, you know what? Maybe I do need to calm down. Maybe I should pick a side of the fucking fence. I need to decide to curse or say Jiminy Cricket and wishy-washy. All right, insecurity. All right, let's see if we can go 3 for 3. Bill getting trashed here. Hey, Bill, I'm a 20-year-old guy in college and in a relationship with the love of my life. Congratulations. She's perfect for me in every way, and the moment I met her, I knew I was going to make her my wife. Well, there you go. We have said that we are each other's soulmate. I'm a crazy person with a lot of insecurities, and one in particular was that I was a virgin until I met her. She was not and always said her last relationship was nothing but sexual. It was embarrassing because I had never had sex with anyone else, and I felt like a wimp. You got a little bit of a late start. You're only 20, dude. You're not the 40-year-old virgin. And now you're crushing it. Good for you. And not like a man at all because I hadn't even kissed a woman before. And I always compared myself to her ex in terms of him as a boyfriend and in the bedroom, even if I measure up. All right, first of all, let that shit go, all right? That's all in your head. That's not in her head. And that's a great way to talk yourself out of this great relationship. She always tells me I'm the best she's ever had, and she wishes she could take back Wait a second. She always tells me I'm the best she ever had and that she wishes she could take it back, but I still can't get the image out of my head. And it doesn't help that I asked and she told me that he had a bigger dick. Oh, God. I don't want to drive her away. I love her and never want to lose her. Would really appreciate the advice. Why do guys ask that question? Love the podcast. Your stand-up efforts for family. Can't wait for season 4. Come out to, I'm not going to say where you're from. Thank you and go fuck yourself. Any advice? Yeah, I don't know what to do here for you, buddy. You opened Pandora's box and that bigger dick flew out. And you're just going to have to get past it. All right? That's it. You asked. She wishes she could take it back. You know, I don't know. Here's the thing about women, though. All right? They love for different reasons. Okay? Okay, as big as that guy's dick was, that didn't work out. All right? So that's in the fucking past. And, you know, I don't know. They fall in, I don't know. Women in general fall in love for the right fucking reasons. Okay? They don't fall in love with a dick. All right? They fall in love because of the chemistry you have, the stuff that you're doing for her. They see that you're going to be a great father and all that type of shit. You're basically crushing it. You're destroying this other guy, other than the size of your dick. I mean, he's got you beat in that area. Okay? But there's a lot of times a team is more talented on paper, and then the other team, because they play as a team, wins. So you just got to look at yourself like that. All right? You're the underdog here, and you're going to somehow come away with the victory, and they're going to make it 30 for 30 about you. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like I never had a problem with that shit, to be honest with you. So I have a little difficulty, like, you know. I mean, she's probably also been with a guy that had a smaller dick. I mean, you're somewhere in the middle. You got a regular dick. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a mid-sized car. You know? There's nothing wrong with that. All right, I got to be honest with you. That would not bother me. Okay? Having a bigger dick, all right, he's jackhammering away and all that shit. The thing about guys with bigger dicks is a lot of times that you know, that's all they can do. They got the big fucking dick and they just sort of bang away. All right? But there's all other levels that you could bring. There's all different, you know. Okay, he's going Blake Griffin. He's just dunking on people. You can have a turnaround jumper. You can fucking, you can have a good transition game. You can play good defense. You can go downtown. You know, you can up your fucking game. You know, there's role playing. There's all kinds of shit you can do. Shit that she maybe didn't do with this other guy. But no matter what, you're just going to have to take that fucking loss. And this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, no pun intended, to try to talk you out of the fact that this other guy had a bigger dick. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. Who gives a shit? Yes, he did. All right, great. Are you funnier? Are you a better cook? She loves you. She's the love of your life. There you go. Well, here's what you learn. Don't ask that fucking question. Don't ask a question that you're not going to want to hear the answer to. All right? But my advice to you is do not sabotage that fucking relationship over that bullshit. And here's another thing, too. Do not fucking mope about it in front of her, because that's going to turn her off. All right? And she'll fucking go back to the big dick guy. All right? This is the thing. Don't even bring it up. All right? Let that big dick just roll right off your back. All right, that's it. Okay. Overrated, underrated. Jesus Christ. All right, underrated. Reading. You're absolutely right. Reading books actually makes you smarter. It's been proven, and now I can say I'm proof. The better quality writing you read, the better you are at organizing thoughts. I've been reading before bed for the last year, and I sleep better than ever. That's right. You do. I learned that lesson, and I forgot it. I got to get back to it. I wake up with more energy because that's the last thing on my mind. because the last thing on my mind wasn't some bullshit from work that bothers me, even though it won't matter in 6 months, or I'm watching TV falling asleep with bright lights flashing in my face. That is true. What a great underrated for the week. Thank you, sir or ma'am. Overrated. Putting people on pedestals. Next time someone tells you how great someone else is, make sure it's because they're constantly changing the lives of everyone around them for the better, or they cured cancer. I'm tired of hearing about how great someone is when all they do is stand, wave, and smile. This, by default, includes almost every politician ever. All right, good overrated, underrated.